Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome to the new Jimny channel. In today's video, we will show you how to install this beautiful snorkel, and my snorkel came all the way from, you guessed it, Mongolia. Now before we start the installation, I want to talk a little bit about the snorkels that are out there, the variation in models and prices, and tell you why I chose the Mongolian snorkel. Okay, so when it comes to choosing a snorkel on this vehicle, you really want to do it right. Now this is the first option that I looked at, and it's from TJM. It's a safari snorkel, but in my opinion, it really doesn't look right. It's cheap plastic, and it's kind of, there's something about it. It's too bulky, it's too big, and probably when you're driving, the wind noise is going to be terrible around that fountain, or you might say that chimney that's on top there. So I decided not to choose this one. So the next one, probably the best quality build snorkel I have ever seen. It's from Brazil. Everything about this snorkel is perfect except for the price. I mean, the price on this snorkel, come on, it's $1,700, and still you need to pay taxes. The shipping is included. Now, this snorkel is the only genuine Suzuki part you can buy. And this good gentleman, Martin Lines, gave me a kind permission to show a part from his installation video, where he shows in a very good way how to install this beautiful snorkel. But he talks about the price, and he talks about how difficult it was to get it imported into Great Britain. Okay, so on with the show, and this is the main attraction. The reason why I chose this snorkel is because of the design. I mean, it just looks fantastic, and it's very slimline. And the only thing I had to worry about, I didn't know about the build quality. So the only way to find out was to place an order, get it to Iceland. And here's the moment of truth when I unboxed this. I was so excited when I was unboxing this snorkel. Yet again, I was very frustrated when I opened up the box, because inside my worst fear came true. Build quality wasn't as good as I hoped it would be. First of all, the paint job on the snorkel was very poor, and also all the parts that were supposed to come with it, like the hose that connects the snorkel to the air filter inside the bonnet, was missing from the box. It clearly showed on the video it was supposed to be in the box, but it wasn't. Okay, so as these pictures clearly show, that the build quality, or actually the paint job on there, it's not that good. And also, I didn't ask for a golden top of the snorkel. Here you can see the hose. It's only a part, so basically you had to buy a 1.5 or 2 meter hose, and the welding quality is, I'm sorry, this is just not good enough. So okay, what I decided to do was to make the best out of this, because I'm very good at making the best out of stuff I get and I buy. So what I did, I decided to repaint and redo the snorkel with a good buddy of mine that runs a paint shop. And basically he just took the snorkel, he did a whole new paint job on there. But that costs some money, so that adds to the price of this snorkel, which was quite expensive to begin with. I paid $720 for this snorkel. Like you see it there, it's $720. So you still need to install that. And you have to have it installed by a professional, and also there were no directions or any installation guide how to install the snorkel. Okay, so I took it to the paint shop and they redid everything, and the outcome was very nice. I liked it very much because, as you can see, this picture clearly shows a very nice paint job. Fine work. Alright, so on to the main event. As always, I took my Jimny to the 4x4 Pro Shop, Paintwork. These guys really know what they're doing. Very much professional work they do. They were the ones who modified the vehicle from scratch. Here we can see we're doing the mold for the drilling for the holes of the snorkel, and that is probably the only thing that we could use. We marked the holes there and started drilling, and it fit like a glove, no problem. So when all the drilling was done, we needed to finalize the holes and make them a little smoother. And then we had to put some stuff on there. It's sort of a rust preventing compound. It's a very important step of the installation. You really need to put both on the outside and inside that stuff. It's made from epoxy, so it prevents all the rust in the future. Okay, so we're done with all the drilling and the rust preventing work. It's onto the assembly, and here you can see inside the fender you have this piece right there you see on the picture. It's the vacuum box for the front wheel drive. We had to remove that just to get the hose in behind the inner fender. So we had to move the battery also. It took a little while, but not a major problem. There you can see the hose fitted behind the vacuum box. And it's a tight fit, but it fit. Okay, so as I told you in the beginning of this video, a special hose was supposed to be in the box along with all the assembly parts. And the hose wasn't in there, so I had to buy a hose here in Iceland, and it was you couldn't get the hose. It was a few millimeters too small. So we had to modify all the rest of the pieces that came with the kit. That was quite a work we needed to do. We needed to narrow it down a little bit so that it would fit inside the hose. And also the ears of the connecting ears where you basically attached the snorkel didn't fit either, so we needed to modify those pieces also, which was quite a lot of work. Alright, so as this video or this shot shows, it is quite narrow behind that inner fender, and we were trying to fit the piece right there, and as you can see, it's the angle and everything is just wrong. It didn't fit whatsoever, so we needed to reshape it and redo this piece to make it fit properly. So I think this is pretty poor manufacturing for such an expensive piece. But after like an hour's work and modifications, we finally managed to get that piece behind securely behind the inner fender, and it looked pretty good. So we were ready to attach the hose on both sides. One thing I forgot to mention with you guys is that when you're closing up all the stuff in the bonnet, you need to put some silicone in this hole, which is where the air filter is. And also you need to close these holes, and you can see that quite clearly in Martin Lyon's video, how he does it. It's a simple procedure. Basically what we did, we put some plastic taps in there. Okay, so here we are in the final stages, but we ran into another major problem at the very end. Now this shows why an installation guide needs to come with a kit like that, because we didn't know we had to adjust the bonnet so it wouldn't rub against the snorkel. but it did, and it left a mark, a big mark. So I'm probably gonna have to spend some more money having this snorkel repainted. If we would have known that before, or had any information that you needed to adjust the bonnet, of course we would have done that. But when we fitted it, before we put the silicone behind the snorkel and put it in its final place, it didn't rub. But after we put the silicone in, it rubbed against the snorkel. Okay, so here we are in the final stages. Before we close the inner fender, making sure that everything is tight and fit and all that. And inside the bonnet, we needed to put the air filter box back in, and we needed to connect it to the hose. Now, as you can see on this picture right here, the hose rubs against some of the steel frame in the inner fender. So we had to come up with a solution so it wouldn't rub through the hose. So here's the solution. We came up with a rubber piece we put in between the steel and the hose so it wouldn't rub through. And now here is the final look at the installation. And what do you guys think? Even all the troubles we went through, the things we weren't happy about, I was determined to make this work for this vehicle because the design of the snorkel is by far the most beautiful one I have ever seen. So I didn't give up, I didn't surrender, and the guys at the shop painted did a miracle making this snorkel fit, because most of the things that came with the box or the kit just didn't fit at all. But overall, like I said, I am very happy with the outcome. I think this is by far the best and most beautiful snorkel you can buy for a Jimny today. So overall, my verdict is that I still recommend you should buy this snorkel. But to the people at Jimny All Grip Mongolia, I say, make a little bit more effort on the quality of the build and make sure that all the accessories that should come with the snorkel are in the box. And last but not least, please make sure that you have an installation guide that comes in the box. Okay, so the final cost of this installation was a snorkel cost of about $560 from All Grip Jimny Mongolia. The shipping cost was $119. The hose was $50, and the installation work was $250. So the total cost comes to about $1,000. So that's all for now. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and have a great weekend.